These people are mad because you refuse to answer their stupid, inappropriate questions. Jealous, envious people are masters at asking inappropriate, dumb questions. Women who are jealous of other women, they always like to throw some kind of shade. And normally that comes in the form of asking you inappropriate, out of place, stupid questions. Have you ever been in an environment where you know you were dealing with a woman who does not like you, and she took it upon herself to ask you something highly inappropriate or maybe personal? Let's say, for example, you're in the workplace, you're looking good, you're feeling good, you're doing your job, people are communicating with you, and she comes over and says, "Your hair is cute. Is that yours?" Not take you off to the side or wait until you have a moment by yourself, but she does it in front of everyone. Women who are jealous and envious of other women are queens at trying to humiliate other women. And they do this in the form of asking inappropriate questions. Another one you might deal with is a woman who is jealous and envious of how you move as a woman. So let's say, for instance, you're at the mall with someone you consider a friend, but they're a frenemy. And you're out shopping, vibing, having a good time, and she sees your basket, your hands are getting a little full, and she says something to the effect of, "Girl, you spending a lot of money. Do you still get stamps? Because you spending a whole lot of money in this store." Those kind of things are not really to be taken lightly, in my opinion. Those are normally the kind of things that someone who is jealous and envious, kind of have a little bit of hidden jealousy towards others, they do those kind of things. Women who are mature don't feel the need to shade other women. Smart remarks, smart little comments are not going to even cross our mind because we don't operate on that wavelength. Like, our minds, our brains do not operate in dysfunction and shade. But when you are dealing with a jealous, envious, inconsiderate person, they will try to humiliate you, and they'll do this in the form of asking inappropriate questions. I might have mentioned this before, but I was dealing with someone at my child's school at the time, and this woman, she was one of the teachers, and I noticed over time she was always very nice to my husband, but not so nice to me. And we were having a, I guess, PTA meeting, or one of those little meetings. You know, when you have kids, you have so many different meetings after school, before school. And because of our work schedules, myself and my husband, it would be rare that we were there together. So I guess she took that as us not being together, as if we were taking turns picking up the kids. Trust me, I'm getting to a point here. So the night of the event, I was there with my son, my daughter, and I had to fill out some paperwork. And she asked me, do they live with mom or dad? I just looked at her with a blank stare, and I'm thinking to myself, you've seen my husband, you see me, you're not putting this together. So I said she lives with both of us. It was there. I was there for my daughter, I believe. Yeah, my daughter and my son, they were both there. I said they live with both of us. And she rolled her eyes and just marked off on the paper. I'm like, what is that about? That's weird. It's weirdo energy. I give you this to say that some women, when they are jealous, envious, or just weird in general, because I hate to say this, and I have this channel because I love women. I want to encourage women. I want to help you deal with the dysfunction at the hands of other women. But sometimes when women have that smart aleck, I was about to say the wrong word, they have that smart donkey gene where they just have to say something or do something to be smart, as my dad used to say. They try to say the most inappropriate things. How do you deal with jealous, envious people who find it their business to say inappropriate things to you? Number one, ignore them. And I truly believe when you're dealing with jealous, envious women, and I saw a video recently too over on TikTok of a woman who said that she was in the gym and another woman came to her and asked about her hairstyle and asked her how does she do it, and she told her she braids it up. She had on a headband wig. The woman said, but what do you do? Like, isn't that a wig? Sometimes women's lack of self-awareness also causes them to display just how much of a hater they are. And for some women, I truly believe that they don't realize they're being a hater or saying something crossword because that seems to just be the nature or what's accepted as normal amongst women. But it's highly inappropriate to ask someone if their hair is real or fake. Unless somebody volunteers that information, you have to just assume, well, number one, there's power in minding your business, but just assume it's that person's hair. Pay the compliment, and it doesn't have to be backhanded. When a woman is jealous or envious or just lacks self-awareness, they will say highly inappropriate things. And, yes, you want to give people a little bit of grace here and there. They didn't mean anything by it. But there are some women, they know exactly what they're doing. When they feel intimidated by you in some way, when they feel like you're looking a little bit too good and they feel out of place or they feel insecure in your presence, that's when their inappropriateness will get to a new level. A woman who is jealous and envious of another woman, her goal is to make you appear small. What is going on? Her goal is to make you appear small. Her goal is to make you appear as if you are nothing standing next to her. And that's because at the moment, you are absolutely everything. When you look good, when you carry yourself in a way that says confidence, there are some women who want to come along with their inappropriate comments, their jealousy, and their envy, and attempt to crush your spirit. When a woman is jealous and envious, sometimes she will use inappropriate comments to try to crush your confidence. She will hope that she can say, your hair is cute, but that's not yours, right? And hope that you would just put your head down and suddenly stop feeling so confident. What jealous, envious haters do not understand, when they try to throw shade or inappropriate comments, backhanded compliments, for a woman who is confident in herself, confident in her appearance, be it real and or bought, she is still going to be confident. See, women who try to use other women's appearance against them in a way to shade them, these are your women who are jealous and envious of the effort that you put in. There's nothing more humiliating to a woman who lacks effort than to see you trying. So these people get mad because you show up in a way that they dare not to. So they have to throw out inappropriate little jabs and backhanded compliments and shade. As I was saying, they say those inappropriate comments to hope that you'll feel bad about your situation, that you'll feel bad about yourself. Going back to the teacher situation, I really just think she found my husband attractive, and the fact that he's with somebody, she kind of felt some kind of way. And maybe she's accustomed to just meeting a lot of baby dads up at school, and the fact that him and his wife is there, I don't know. But that was weird. Did it rub me the wrong way? Absolutely. But did I say anything to her? Did I really come at her? Absolutely not. I just give her the pleasure of seeing us back and forth together while you give me all the details of what's going on with my kid, while I watch you closely and stay firm and stern with you. And this is a little bit of a sidebar. When you're dealing with women who are jealous, envious, or just giving you that weird energy, they try to throw shade at you and say inappropriate things, you always want to maintain direct eye contact with these people at all times. When you look them directly in their eyes while they're speaking to you, while they're trying to shade you, while they're trying to be smart, it lets them know that you know what they're trying to do. Without you saying a word, your body language can say it. They know that you have them on your radar and you're not playing the games. Don't tempt me. And that is absolutely necessary. Even if And we don't thrive in chaos. Women who are not haters, who are not looking for these problems, who deal with this jealous, envious, weirdo energy from women who are trying to be smart all the time, we are not looking for these kind of things. We embrace other women. We don't try to make other women appear foolish or stupid. But there are some women, because of their lack of confidence, because of their lack of feeling good about themselves, because of their lack of effort or lack of self-awareness, they feel the need to do these kind of things. So when you're dealing with that kind of person, you almost want to treat them as if they're special. And I'm just going to say special. You want to treat them as if they are a special case. For me, and this might sound some kind of way, when you treat people like they have some kind of special need or they are some kind of special case, it just does something better for you. You treat them like they are in a vulnerable community and leave it at that. So these people, they have no self-awareness. They like to throw out inappropriate comments in an attempt to humiliate you. And it does nothing for you. See, what jealous, envious haters do not understand, the more they try to shade you, the more they try to humiliate you, the more they try to ask you inappropriate questions or make you feel some kind of way, the more it rolls off your back. You're just aware of how they move, but that doesn't stop you in your tracks. You will continue to show up cute. You will continue to enjoy your relationship. You will continue to just exist in your skin. Jealous, envious people, and this is another point I want to hit on. People who try to say inappropriate things or make little backhanded compliments or shade you in some way, because they are so tied into what other people feel about them, other people's opinions affect them heavily. They hope that they can use little shade, smart remarks, inappropriate things, and they're hoping that that would affect you too. Unbothered women do not care about how much shade somebody throws at them. See, when you have a good life, when you are blessed, when you are gifted, when you feel good in real life and not just on social media or not just when you're kikiing with people that you talk about behind your back, when you are a genuine, stand-up, solid woman, and you will know having a good life in real life is always a flex. So when you actually have a non-chaotic, peaceful, good existence, you're experiencing life in a relatively good way, that is your win over jealous, envious people. You are not tied to somebody's opinion of you. You are not tied to trying to fit some kind of standard. You are not tied to giving a flying fig tree. You truly don't give a care in the world. And people who are jealous and envious, they hate that for you. They wish that somebody can say, your hair's not real, and suddenly you feel bad. They would hope that somebody will say to you that whatever, oh, you got an older model car. That sounds like more money in my pocket. It's like you don't care. People who are jealous and envious, they want you to value the same petty things that they value. That brings me to the next point. When you deal with people who like to say inappropriate things to you or make little backhanded compliments or try to shade you in some way, they don't understand that they're barking up the wrong tree. You don't value the same things that they value. People, especially women, when they're jealous and envious towards other women, they like to use stuff to try to shade other women. They like to use some kind of status to shade other women. And nothing wrong with having status, nothing wrong with material possessions, but a woman whose values are more internal, a woman who values her peace of mind, values her connections, values her spirituality, values her circle of influence, she doesn't care if somebody says, I don't know, for example, you have no friends. She doesn't care. She set it up that way. She doesn't want to be bothered. You know, I'm using that as an example of when you don't value the same things they do, they don't understand why you are so unbothered. Why is it not affecting you? Why is this not phasing you? Because I don't care, you don't care about the latest purse. You don't care about a trip to anywhere. My feet stay planted in the United States. It don't bother me that you're trying to flex about flying here or flying there. I'm not leaving the US anyway. I don't value those things. I don't care if you're going out on dates every other weekend. I value stability. You can't make me feel some kind of way about things I don't care about. People who are jealous and envious of you, and they try to say inappropriate things or try to get you to feel some kind of way, when you don't value the same things that they do, it's like they're talking to the air and they don't even realize it. They make themselves look just as stupid and dumb as they're trying to make you look, because they're talking to you about things that you do not care about. I've had women when I was younger talk about, you know, how this guy that, this guy this, not understanding that I was already in a relationship for like 2, 3, 4 years when they're trying to shade me with different things. Talking about guys don't want to do this, don't want to talk to you, da. I got a whole man. And I'm only using that as an example because I like to be transparent with some of my experiences. You know, back in the day, especially late 90s, early 2000s, women were looking at men as like some kind of prize. Like if you had men looking at you, then you were everything. And it's like, okay, good for you. Good luck with this one. You know, I'm getting off track here, but I'm trying to make the point that when you don't value the same things they value, they try to shade you and it doesn't make any impact. So when next time a woman or anyone, they try to express their little misery, jealousy, envy, negativity with inappropriate comments, look at them like they're crazy, but please be direct, because people who are jealous and envious and try to throw shade, sometimes they're a little clueless as into the reason why it's not making impact. Treat them like they are in a vulnerable community. I'm trying to be classy in my wording. If you know what I mean by that, it works. Like and subscribe to this channel and share this content. Hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. If you watch this video until the very end, leave the high heel emoji in the comment section. I absolutely love to see it. Take care.